If you ever wondered why affirmations feel so cringy and uncomfortable sometimes, or even just how they work and why they work, then I hope with this video I can give you a little bit of clarity at least. So think of it this way. Every time we think a thought consistently, a group of neurons work together. They fire together, they work together. And the more that they work together, the stronger the connection between them gets, which is also how, well, basically all of our beliefs and patterns and habits are wired into our system. And so let's say now you are thinking new thoughts, new story thoughts, like I'm chosen, I'm rich, we're together, everything always works out perfectly for me. When you're thinking that consistently, you are basically forcing new neurons, a new group of neurons to work and fire together to create a new neural pathway that didn't exist prior to that. Because mind you, our brain is full of neural pathways, right? Okay, and so because that neural pathway isn't yet properly formed, it's gonna feel fake. It's gonna feel like a lie. That what you're saying, that what you are affirming to be true now, the new story, is going to feel fake. But it only feels fake because, like I just said, that new neural pathways isn't still properly formed. And the old neural pathways that were built on, I'm not chosen, I'm broke, life is unfair, I never get what I want, that had more screen time. That had more repetition. So it's familiar. It's easy to believe that. And the brain doesn't care about what's true. Our brain cares about what's familiar. So it will always reinforce and go back to what is more familiar, the old pathways. Because again, they had more screen time, more repeated focus, more repeated exposure, more repeated emotional charge. So it's easy to circle back to that. It will always choose that. So because it doesn't really like change, when you start affirming something new, it will start flooding us with intrusive thoughts, opposing thoughts. It will start signaling to our nervous system to bring up anxiety, resistance, doubt, all those yucky feelings we get in our stomach, those knots and all of that, try to do everything to pull you back, to stop moving forward, to stop basically reinforcing this new story. Like, quit it. It's unfamiliar. We don't like it. We don't like change. But that doesn't mean that it's not working. On the contrary, it means that it is working. So when you start, affirming the new story persistently, like I'm chosen, I'm rich, we're together, and all of that, your system starts pulling up all the reasons that is not true. But it's checking old data. It's checking outdated data that does no longer serve you. And here's where a lot of people think that they're doing something wrong, because they constantly hear, oh, just decide. Oh, you wouldn't be stressed if you had it, or it's yours, or it's done, or when you get it. Well, no, that's why we're doing this. So listen to me. You are okay, and you are normal to feel all of this. You are normal to have all of that, all those feelings, all those opposing thoughts. Everything that is happening when you are affirming a new story and choosing a new story is normal. It is normal. Don't ever let anybody make you think that you are doing something wrong, or that there's something wrong with you, or that is not normal what you are going through right now. Your system is protecting you the only way it knows how, which is to keep you safe where we know what's going on. Because the favorable story might be favorable, it might be what we want, but it's unfamiliar. So it's unsafe, right? Here's where I need you to persist. Here's where I need you to persist through the resistance, through the doubt, through the frustration, through the fakeness of it all. Because it feels fake, I know. But when you persist through all of that, the shifts happen, the changes happen. Because mind you, physical changes are already happening in your body, in your brain, right now, while you're affirming. Before physical changes start happening in your 3D reality, where you can see them, physical changes are actually happening in your body as you are affirming. Neurons firing, like I imagine them as little minions, I swear, like it's so cute. But allow them to work. Allow them to do their job as you are doing your job, which is persisting. And like as you choose the favorable thoughts, favorable story more and more, that new pathway strengthens, the connection strengthens. And as you stop using the old pathway, it basically disconnects. It dissolves because you're not using it anymore. Use it or lose it, right? Now, let's say you combine all of that affirming with the nervous system regulation. You're doing a 180. you're going to be doing a whole 180, because you're not just going to start thinking favorable thoughts, changing your thoughts, but you're going to start actually feeling better during the process. Because right now, it's unfamiliar. Like, to your whole system, to your whole body, this new story is unfamiliar. And so your nervous system doesn't feel safe with the new story. Even though, like I said, it's favorable, it is still unfamiliar. So your nervous system is bracing for impact, it's bracing for disappointment, it's bracing to be let down, for you to be let down, like to prepare you so it doesn't feel safe, relaxing. Now, when you start regulating, you're familiarizing it more and more, just, letting it feel safe with the new story. But I will say again, like I always say, no, you don't need to regulate your nervous system in order to manifest. We've been manifesting, without regulating our nervous system. We will still continue to manifest without regulating our nervous system. I'm just saying it helps with the process for you to feel better and lessen resistance. Even though, who cares? Who cares if you have resistance? Who cares if you have doubts? Who cares if you're frustrated? You just keep going. You keep persisting through all of that. That's it. My battery just died? No, okay. Anyway, at some point, you just have to dare to choose differently. You have to dare to choose differently and think differently than what you have been taught to think. Now you are free to choose your story based on the desires that you have, not based on the fear of past experiences. Bring the past into the present moment and letting it dictate you and how you interact with your life, with your desires, with yourself, but to actually choose to dare to choose differently, to choose favorably. And yeah, especially if it feels fake, especially if it feels, unnatural and cringy and all of that, that's only because it goes against what your current belief system is used to, what your current system believes, right? So, but we don't want to be persisting in that. We don't want to keep perpetuating that. And you repeating favorably obviously goes against what your current belief system is all about, the unfavorable, I mean. So yeah, if it feels fake, good, very good. Keep going. Like, just because something hasn't happened yet and you're affirming, that's not a sign to quit. That's not a sign to give up. That's not a sign to stop. That's literally a sign to keep going. That literally means keep going. Let it happen. Let it happen. You got this.